The F-16, America's foremost fighting aircraft, is right in the thick of the Gulf Air War and protecting America's shores, too. Join me now for a rare look at this incredible plane. These are F-16 Fighting Falcons, carrying cluster bombs and air-to-air missiles in Operation Desert Storm. This is an F-16 flown by the New Jersey Air National Guard, 177th Fighter Interceptor Group. Getting ready to fly one is serious business.
Just take it like this and pour it.
It's a little more involved than getting dressed in the morning.
With this hand, you put this on your face, and this hand, you have to find that hole right there. Now, we'll hook you up to some oxygen, and we'll look for some leaks on the mask. Go ahead and breathe. Exhale. This is where your survival kit hooks up. When you do eject, there's a parachute deploys, a life raft inflates, and your survival kit is hooked to you.
The survival kit includes things like emergency water, flares, radios, medicine.
You'll be wearing a poopy suit, exposure suit that'll...
Explain the poopy suit again?
The anti-exposure suit. They call it a poopy suit. But it's an anti-exposure suit. It's waterproof. It'll keep you dry if you land out in the water. Okay, this is your anti-G suit.
G stands for gravity. The G suit is several bladders that go around the abdomen, thighs, and calves. They inflate automatically during the flight. The bladders inhibit blood from rushing to the lower parts of the body from the head and prevent blackouts.
I'm going to give you this flight suit here in a minute. And that's it.
It's comfortable but constricting, and getting into the plane isn't easy. Neither is the practice for a possible disaster on the ground or in the air.
This is the handle to eject. You would either grab it this way or this way and pull it, and out you go. The canopy will be blown off. You will leave the aircraft, and he will leave right after you. All within less than 2 seconds. Okay, now you're in the airplane, okay? First thing we want to hook up is your survival kit. Next, we'll hook up your parachute. Okay, you can lean back now. This is a ground egress. Okay, I'm going to close the canopy. All clear? Okay, now you would just climb right over the side. Just take your time. Everything else will quick disconnect.
Practice over, it was on to the classroom for the same kind of briefing Operation Desert Storm pilots get in Saudi Arabia.
As far as the overview for the mission, we're going to do standard ground procedures, which will include a half-quick and a secure check. So we'll do the half-quick on net zero, and we'll do a secure voice on CRAD 2. I'll start a 300-knot left turn, and you fire 2 Fox 2s.
Then the final checks.
We'll take that off. Take that off, give it a jerk.
Great. Finally, it was time for the mission.
Yes, the F-16 is state-of-the-art. I mean, it's the most modern equipment, as you will see today when you take a ride. It's the most modern equipment, and it's an outstanding plane. These are the planes that they're using right now, in many cases, over in Saudi Arabia.
Tomorrow night, we'll take you right into the cockpit. You'll see what our pilots see while they fly combat runs in the Middle East.
A month, 2 weeks a year, adds up to one of the most rewarding part-time jobs you can get. The Air National Guard. Americans at their best.
Last night we showed you the intense preparation needed to fly it. Tonight we fly with the New Jersey Air National Guard, the 177th Fighter Interceptor Group, based in Atlantic City. From the nose camera, you'll get a pilot's eye view of what it's like to fly in an F-16. We are known as Bat 31. Here goes.
Yeah, let me just stay.
That's the seat that you're going to sit on.
Okay.
Climbing into an F-16 is like slipping into an electric, tight-fitting glove. Once the nose camera was turned on, we were cleared for takeoff. The F-16 rolled down the center line of the runway. The cockpit is crowded. Your knees poke through narrow slits surrounded by switches, avionics, and CRT screens in which the pilot reads data from the several computers on board.
583, contact Washington, center 133.2.
Major Robert Knauff was our wingman and would act as the enemy target.
Okay, this is your anti-G suit.
G-suits inflate to keep blood in the brain and prevent blackouts, but instructors also teach you to grunt.
Okay, start grunting. That's 3 Gs, 3.1.
A process by which you tighten the muscles in your body and expel air through your mouth. It's like the sound you make when you lift a heavy object.
3.1. That flight terminate.
The action also helps keep you from blacking out during high G-forces. The normal voice you hear in this G-force exercise is Lieutenant Colonel Lynn Robinson. The grunter is me.
Stand by. This time will be a right-hand turn. You ready, Rolland?
Yep.
Okay, if you would, start grunting.
Got it.
That 3-1 flight, execute. Okay, there's the turn. And it says start grunting. There's 3 Gs. There's 4 Gs. And we're coming on 5 Gs.
This is what the HUD, the heads-up display, looks like from a still picture. It's a piece of curved plexiglass that you can see through to the outside, so the pilot doesn't have to take his eyes off his target. Now let's go back to my flight. I'll freeze the picture so you can see the HUD display, and I'll explain what you're seeing. Okay, now take a look at this with me. On the left-hand side of the HUD display, we have the velocity scale. That's the airspeed. Here you see we're traveling about 3.5. That means 350 knots calibrated. That's about 402 miles an hour. Just underneath that scale is the Mach number, the aircraft speed in relationship to the speed of sound, which is 760.98 miles per hour. Now, in the middle bottom is the magnetic heading, the heading scale or compass direction. On the right-hand side, right over here in this HUD display, this is the altitude. Now here it says 12.5. That means we're about 12,500 feet. Go back to the center now, right up here. See this diamond? That means that the missiles are ready to fire. And in a few minutes, you'll see that flashing. The large square box is the target box. It only appears when the computer has locked onto a target. In this case now, the tiny little black dot in the middle of that box is Major Knauff's plane, which is a bogey. Now here's how the pilot uses all that information in chasing what fighter pilots call an unfriendly airplane a bogey. Watch.
I have a tally-ho. I'm identifying him as a bad guy now, and we're going to press to the merge.
The object in this exercise is to shoot down the enemy aircraft, which is doing everything it can to evade your air-to-air missile attack. The mission here is to locate the target, lock onto it, fly the aircraft, uncage the missiles, which means the missiles see the target. Then you hear a high-pitched increasing tone, and you fire.
There's the shot. Fox 2. Now I'm going to switch to guns.
Now Colonel Robinson switches to the dogfight mode using 20mm Vulcan cannon fire. The wavy line is the projected path of the bullets. If you pull the trigger right then, the pilot must first put the bogey into the target box, then the large circle in there, which is the gun symbol, and then maneuver the wavy line into the box. If he succeeds, he'll have a kill. Watch. Success. The next sequence is far more gentle but exciting for me.
You're flying on.
I have the stick.
You have it. About 270. Okay, if you look at your Mach indicator, it's right up at Mach 1 now. When you see it jump, you'll be going, there it goes. You're faster than the speed of sound. We're at 1.05.
Wow.
You know, you really can't really tell the difference. Here we come up on Mach 1.1.
I'm a pilot, but this aircraft is nothing like the prop jobs I fly.
Wow, that is something.
Yep, now we're at 1.15. Our buddy is 15 miles on our nose, looking for a straight out shot. 10 miles. We're at Mach 1.2. Somewhere probably around 900 miles an hour.
Wow.
Then it was back to Atlantic City Airport to fly the approach. I don't look green, I ought to. That's some ride. Excellent.
You should be a fighter pilot.
Well, the 177th Interceptor Group of the New Jersey Air National Guard is known as the Jersey Devils. They are professional, experienced, and ready to move on a minute's notice to protect America's shores or to help wherever they're needed. I have a new appreciation of their abilities. I hope you do too.